Hello friends, in today's video we are going to review another course that is RPG Regulatory Policy and Governance। और आप लोगों का काफी ज्यादा कमेंट आ रहा था कि इस कोर्स पे पर्टिकुलर कोर्स पे वीडियो बनाया जाए, सो वो टाइम आ गया है। सो वी हैव विद अस श्रीदुल
हेलो
शर्मा
नमस्ते।
और शी विल टेल अस अबाउट द पर्टिकुलर कोर्स कि इस कोर्स में क्या पढ़ने वाले हो आप, इफ यू आर कमिंग टू दिस कोर्स एंड इफ यू आर टारगेटिंग दिस कोर्स। सो पूरा करिकुलम के बारे में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, फील्ड वर्क डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। सो ऑल दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन दिस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो। सो आई विल आस्क श्रीदुल फॉर अ ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन।
Okay, so I'm Shridul Sharma. I am from Noida. I did my schooling from Noida itself, from Ryan International School, and then I did my bachelor's in psychology from Nidi Shri Ram College. Right after that, I have work experience of working as a political analyst in Indian Political Action Committee for a year. And over there, I met, to be honest, some people from TIS who told me about how good the college is. Those people were from social work, to be precise, and I got to know about this college, and then I applied for masters in regulatory policy and governance. So yeah, that's it. That's my introduction, and this is my second year right now.
Okay, Shridul. So my first question will be, what is this course is all about? What is this course that is regulatory policy and governance? Can you please tell us in a brief so that we can understand about the overview of this particular course?
Right. So when you're talking about regulatory policy and governance, everything comes inside the name itself. We're talking about regulations over here. So regulation basically means rules and the commitments that agencies or regulatory bodies make. For example, SEBI, RBI. These are the organizations that people are aware of and who are in the limelight. Then there are consultancies as well who want people from RPG to set in those rules, to evaluate them, implement them. So the type of learning that we get are from things like economics, technology, law. We study about finance as well, because if you have to make policies, you need to know how finance works in our country or even outside as well. And regulatory policy and governance as a course is niche in its nature, because it's something that is, so public policy is something which is very broad, and when talking about regulations, it is quite niche in nature. It teaches you about certain aspects of the society, of the working of the system, that are still very new to our country, and this is one of its first type of course in Asia as well.
Okay, Shridul. Now I want to ask you about the course curriculum. That what are the things we are going to cover or we are going to study in first semester, second semester, third semester, and fourth semester.
Right.
So, can you please tell us about the brief of all the semesters?
Sure. Okay, so before I answer this question, I would want to clarify that I'm in second year and I gave my test net before I came in test. So people are now coming in through CUET. So there have been a few changes in the curriculum per se. But I'll be telling you a basic of what all we are taught. In first semester, because we are starting off, we are majorly taught the basics of public policy, how to evaluate the policies in general. Then we also learn about basics of financial analysis, also understand the history of regulations, the regulatory governance, understand about state law and governance, because if we have to implement policies, we also need to know more about the laws that are existing already. Also, governance is an important aspect that is taught. During our second semester, we were taught about water regulation, food safety regulation, and also electricity regulation. We also had microfinance. I'm not sure if it will come back because of some reasons, but it might be there. It was these were the four important areas that we were taught. Along with this, we also have a mandatory internship, summer internship. So I'll be talking about that further. In our third semester, we are taught environmental impact assessment and social impact assessment, even green economy. So things like this. And during a fourth semester, it's totally about dissertation and policy assignment. So that is how the curriculum looks like from a broader perspective.
Okay, Shridul. So now let's talk about fieldwork.
Right.
Is there any fieldwork in your curriculum, or tell us about the internship as well, so that we can have some brief idea about both the
Sure.
fieldwork and internship?
Talking about field work, we don't really have field works as such. We have regulatory clinics. So what that basically means is we'll have one-day visits to organizations like SEBI, RBI, High Court to understand the working of that area, how things work over there. So and if you're talking about internships, then it is mandatory in summer, but you can also go for a winter internship. And from what I have seen, people get into consultancies, working in NGOs, also in think tanks. And I can also name the organizations if you will be asking me about organizations that we get into. But for this question, we'll stick to the type of regulatory clinic that we have, and that is students from first year also had a visit to RBI so that they understand how the whole system is working.
Now let's come to the admission part. After CUET, there is a first cutoff, and after that you will appear. You will have to appear for extempore and personal interview round.
Right.
So at your time, there was TISNET, and after that the same process is going on.
Right.
So can you remember your extempore topic and personal interview question which you want to share?
So talking about my extempore and personal interview questions, there's one thing that I noticed when I had a conversation with my classmates as well, that they heavily rely on what you've studied before, or if you have work experience, they ask questions from over there. So since I worked for a political consultancy firm, they asked, my extempore topic was the relevance of Dalit in Indian politics, and talking about my interview questions, they were majorly revolving around psychology, how psychology can be used for regulation, how do you think psychology and regulation meet. Then there are a lot of things that I still don't remember, but there are questions on the role of women in parliament. Then there was this campaign launched by our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, which was Thali Bajao campaign. So I was asked what was the relevance of it in a psychological way when we're talking about that type of campaign. So there were a lot of behavioral questions, and you just have to be clear about your own background. You should know why you're doing this particular course. You should know why you want to get into regulations of public policy. That's it.
Okay, now let's come to the very important part of this video, that is career and scope or opportunity of this particular course, that is RPG, Regulatory Policy and Governance.
Okay. Talking about the career and scope of this course, first I'll tell you the kind of people that get into this course. There are people who have tried for UPSC, who've been to mains of UPSC. Then there are people who are freshers, who have done their graduation in philosophy, psychology, economics, or people who are engineers as well. So there's a wide variety of inclusivity and diversity, to be precise, in this course. Now when we're talking about taking up a job after your masters, what majorly happens is that sometimes you are more inclined towards the graduation course that you come from. So if I'm coming from psychology, I am more interested towards behavioral economics, for example. So I'll be taking up that career. And if you're talking about behavioral economics, then companies like Swiggy, Zomato, they heavily rely on this particular aspect. Then there are people who get into big fours and big threes as well, talking about Deloitte, EY, KPMG, and PwC. Then there are big threes like McKinsey, Bain and Company. People also get into that. People are working as public policy specialists, even regulatory specialists, working as managers in the public policy domain. That is the major thing that people are working in, and there are also consultants, public policy consultants, people working in think tanks. Then there are people who also have their own political consultancy firms. So that is the wide variety of scope that this course offers.
Now let's move to the suggestion part. Any suggestion from your side that you want to give for the aspirant, those who are targeting this course?
So talking about the suggestions, first and foremost, you should know why you're coming into this course. Make your why very clear, because that will also be asked in your interview. Also, make sure that your communication skills are good, because you will have a lot of presentations in general in your masters. So that is something that would help you a lot to stand out among your peer mates. Also, prepare well with your GK. You should always be good with that. And otherwise, so I come from a background where I am not very good with mathematics, and you are taught finance over here. just try to play with numbers as much as you can, because that will help you a lot in the long run. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sidul, for your
Yeah.
beautiful information that you have given. And I would really appreciate your time that you have given and your suggestion. It would really help for the aspirant, those who are targeting this
Right.
course and those who are really come into this course. And if you like this video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have anything which you want to ask, just write in the comment section. I'll try to answer
Yeah.
it.
Thank you. Bye bye.